So the next FOMC meeting is May 2nd to the 3rd, and that is where they are going to decide whether or not to raise interest rates by 0.25% or to take a pause, or raise it by 0.5% maybe, but probably not. Nobody's really predicting that. The overall consensus right now is 0.25% and raising it from 5% to 5.25%. Now, if that's where they're going to stop, some people are thinking there are other opinions that it's going to be 5.5%. And then they're going to stop. I don't know. Who knows? But I think it's going to be actually a lot higher. I think they're going to keep going or take a slight pause and then restart up and not do the whole pivot just yet. They've stated several times that they are not pivoting this year. So I expect several more 0.25% interest rates, and maybe even they'll raise the interest rate, they'll pause it in a meeting, then they'll raise it at 0.25 the next meeting, then maybe pause again, and just kind of let it have more time to sink in. Also, our unemployment rate is still really low. They expect it to be, I think, like 4.5% by the end of the year. And I think we're hovering at like 2.8 or 3% or something like that. So they have a lot of wiggle room in there. We are keeping our jobs, which is probably a good thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and how this affects like the stock market, the job market. From my point of view, jobs seem good. Like we're still hiring, we're still paying people more, at least in my little area and stuff on the lower end of the socioeconomic ladder. We're still hiring, we're desperately hiring. So that is such a change from just several years ago. It's usually, or even just like a year ago, we weren't hiring. A lot of places, as far as I knew, weren't hiring, at least in my local area. But now I think stuff has started back up again, I guess. More people in the more mid-tier jobs are hiring now. And now these lower tier jobs, we can't get people to fill them. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the rest of the year, the next, 6, 7, 8 months. If the Fed keeps raising interest rates, if labor keeps strong and people keep their jobs, and it'd be really interesting to see if inflation actually goes down. It might not. It might stay really sticky in this 5% range, or even like 4.5%, which I don't think the Fed's just gonna give up at that point. At 3%, they might just throw in the towel and give up and cut interest rates. But I don't see that happening at 4%, and hell no at 5%. That's just not sustainable. Alright, bye.